I'm Ron Olson. This is my partner in the morning, Michelle from F100.
What's going on, everybody?
Huge round of applause, please. There we go. That's it. Make some noise.
Make some noise for Laurie Hernandez. Let's hear it. She's back there. She can hear you.
There she is, Laurie Hernandez.
Come on out. Hi, guys. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to make sure that you guys get your questions answered. Ron's going to head out into the crowd.
Yes.
But we have a couple of questions for Laurie first. Welcome to Memphis.
Wow, this is so cool.
How about a big round of applause for Laurie Hernandez, ladies and gentlemen? Love it.
So we know that obviously you're a gymnast, Olympic gold medalist. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But you did tell us that if you were doing something other than this, you would love to be an actress. And I know that you are guest appearing on Law and Order.
Hopefully soon, yes, cross your fingers. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but I had Mariska Hargitay comment on one of my Instagram pictures and say, when are we meeting? And I was like, soon?
So you haven't started filming yet or doing
Not
any
yet,
of that
no.
stuff? Oh my gosh. So it's soon though.
I hope.
So we'll be seeing her on Law and Order soon. How cool is that? That's
Yes.
super cool. And, you know, I think a lot of people wonder, especially for us, me and Ron are DJs, music is super important to us. And I follow you on Twitter, and your tweet this morning, I just couldn't help but laugh. You said, oh my goodness, Ed Sheeran's song, Supermarket Flowers, is the saddest song ever. It makes me cry. It's off of his new album.
gosh.
It is the saddest song ever.
It is the saddest song ever. I think, well, I was actually reading up on it because the song is literally called Supermarket Flowers. I mean, that sounds like a weird song title, but I searched the meaning of it, and he basically wrote it about his grandmother, who he had lost, I think, last year.
Yes.
And I lost my grandmother last year, so the first time I heard it, I was bawling. I was like, okay, I can't listen to this song again.
And if you
I'll have no more
haven't-
tears left.
And if you haven't, because he writes it in the eyes of his mom losing her mother.
Yeah.
But it did make me think, you listen to Ed Sheeran. What are other artists that you love to listen to that maybe get you in the zone? What's on your music playlist that you love to listen to?
I have a ton of weird songs on my playlist. I think one of the ones that I have is, have you guys seen Moana or heard of Moana, the movie? Yeah?
Love Moana.
Okay, so I have Alessia Cara's version of How Far I'll Go. It's really good. Total running song, makes you run really fast towards the end. It's a really upbeat, probably my go-to song, I think.
Moana was so good. Anything.
I want to be
Disney.
Moana for Halloween, she's so cute.
Ooh, Halloween costume. I love
Halloween
it. That'd be
costume, it's
awesome.
March.
Hey, I got to ask you, we talked to you on the radio the other day about being starstruck. You know, a lot of people are starstruck meeting you, I included. And what about you? Can you tell us a story about did you ever meet somebody that you were just absolutely just crazy over?
So, I had the opportunity with the Final Five to go to the Video Music Awards, and we had the opportunity to go on stage and present an award. And we weren't sure. I mean, some of the nominees were Sia, Ariana Grande, Adele, and a few others. And we were like, oh wow, this is
Big
really
names.
big names, you know? Anybody who would call up will probably fangirl over. And so we said, okay, and the award goes to, and we opened up the envelope, and it said Beyonce. And we started freaking out. I mean, she came up on stage. I remember just being completely starstruck. My jaw dropped to the floor. I thought I was going to turn into a pile of glitter. I mean, it was crazy, guys.
And you said she was really tall.
She was, I mean,
Yeah.
she was really tall or I was really short. I can't tell. All of you guys are tall to me, so.
What about greatest moment, gold medal or Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, they tie. For sure, they tie. I mean, they're both very different. And being able to go to the Olympics, it's like you worked your whole life for that. And being able to go on Dancing with the Stars, it was like I would come home from practice every Monday night and watch the show with my family. And my dad was always like, hey, you know, someday you're going to be on that show. And I was like, dude, stop, you're so weird. But,
And then you were.
Yeah, a year later, he was the first person I called because he called it.
That's awesome. All right, one more question, then we're going to get to your questions. Everybody ready for that?
Yes.
Yeah? Ready? Got some questions ready for Laurie? So, my final question, I was thinking about this as I was driving over here today. You got the gold medal, you got the silver medal. Fast forward, 4 years, next Olympics. What do you do now that you've already got the medals? How do you train to get ready to make sure that you get that again in 4 years? Because you know somebody's going to want to come on in and work really hard to come in and get that
Absolutely.
gold. So what do you do to already beat what you did, which was get the gold and make sure that you get it again?
I think it would be just making sure that I come back at the right time. Not necessarily it is making sure that I have enough time left, but at the same time, I have to find that same fire in my heart, which I do plan on coming back, don't worry. But I think, to come back, you have to have this big motivation and this big fire in your heart to just train nonstop. And once you get that, I mean, you're unstoppable.
Right? So. Unstoppable. Really cool. Okay, we're going to get some questions ready for some questions for the crowd.
Ready, yay.
You guys ready? All right, who has a question for Laurie?
We got Alyssa over here.
What was your favorite memory on Dancing with the Stars?
Ooh, favorite memory would probably be... That's a really good question. Favorite memory would definitely be being in like the ballroom and just dancing with my partner and being able to finally... The first day I had a dance rehearsal, that was my favorite day because it was like I had worn dance shoes and dance heels for the first time, and I was really unstable because I'd rarely ever worn heels before, so it was fun.
Got a question here from Lindsay.
Hi, do you still do training during your breaks, and if so, to what extent?
So right now I am not training gymnastics. I am training at a regular gymnasium just to make sure that I'm staying generally fit, but at the same time I am taking a small break just because this past year has been a big whirlwind and I need a little nap, so.
All right, we've got a question right over here.
What were you feeling when you got the gold medal?
Well, actually, me and the girls, we were talking about how if we were able to get a gold medal or get any medal, how we would probably cry and hug each other and stuff, but I think we were just so excited to even be at the Olympics and to win a medal that we were just smiling the whole time. Like, there were no tears. It was just the whole time.
We got a question right over here to your right.
This is Channing right here.
How many days a week did you have gymnastics?
I train 6 days a week from Monday through Saturday.
Wow.
Got Elizabeth over here with a
Sundays
question.
What's your favorite TV show?
Good question.
Ooh, I have multiple. I mean, the main one, as you heard, would definitely be Law and Order.
Yeah, what else?
Law and Order, SVU. I had actually just finished all 4 seasons of The Blacklist. I don't know if you guys have
it's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. And they have a new one, The Blacklist Redemption. It's like a whole thing. Yeah, but yeah, I'm a big Netflix watcher.
Got Danny right here. Danny's a gymnast, right? What's your question?
Have you had any really bad injuries before?
Oh yes, girl injuries are my topic. So, in 2014, the year started off in January. I was doing a skill on beam, and I had slipped, and it was kind of like a freak accident. Like if it was anybody else, they probably wouldn't have gotten hurt, but because it was me, I don't know why. So I had slipped. I fractured my growth plate, and I was in the full arm cast for a couple months. And so finally I was able to come back and, get all my skills together, and then I was doing a skill on vault and I landed kind of twisting. And so I had dislocated my kneecap and tore a tendon and I had to get surgery. And I was out the whole year. I mean, that was really hard because, I have a lot of love for my teammates and the girls competing around me, but at the same time I wanted to be out there and competing and, representing myself, and I couldn't do that. I had to sit and watch to the side, but because I was patient enough to make sure I came back the right way and not rush myself, 2015 was the best year that I've had, since before then.
Patience. I hear a lot of patience. Okay, we got a question right over here, Laurie.
What do you do when you're nervous?
Oh. So, okay, gymnasts, you guys know it's really easy to get nervous, right? Yeah. So I think the best thing I did before a competition was I'd walk up to the event and I'd put my hand up on my stomach and I would take deep breaths and I'd watch myself breathe. And watching myself breathe and making sure that I'm focused on my breathing took my mind off the routine I was about to do, and it calmed me down a lot. You should try it.
Right
We
there.
got Atlina right here.
When did you start thinking that you wanted to go to the Olympics?
That's a good question. So, I mean, I had always known that the Olympics was a goal of mine, but I think it really wasn't until 2016 where I realized, wow, it's here. This is my chance to actually go. I mean, the competition is right in front of me, and that's when I realized, this is time.
I got one back here. Go ahead.
After taking a long break, how do you get back into the routine?
After what? I'm so sorry.
After taking a long break, how do you get back into your normal routine?
I guess we'll find out in a few months, right? No, okay. I think the best advice that I could have for myself is and to all of you guys is to keep a positive attitude, because everything is so much harder when you're sitting here thinking like, I'm so tired, I'm sore, my muscles hurt, rather than saying, you know what, I can do it. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm in control. I got this.
And I still struggle trying to just get to the gym. How inspiring is she?
All right, I've got Elena over here. Right over here.
To your right.
What's your favorite emoji?
Ooh, my favorite emoji would probably be the monkey one.
That's a good one. We got another question right over here, Laurie.
Who inspires you the most?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have two people. One of them would be Shawn Johnson, because when I was really little, I had started off doing ballet and I had the TV turned on. I mean, I didn't flip it to any specific channel. And I saw a gymnast on TV and she was just doing flips and she looked beautiful. I mean, she had such power, she was in control, and it was Shawn Johnson. And I remember looking at my mom and thinking, wow, I want to be just like her. She's amazing. And my mom said, okay, and she put me in. And my second person would be my mom, because without her, I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did.
Aw, that's so good. We got a question
All right,
right in the
Patty's
middle.
got a question for you about education.
I know you're only 16. I wonder if you are still in high school, and do you have further plans to go on to college?
Good question. So yes, I'm still in high school. I'm actually a junior in high school. I homeschool. I do a program that's able to travel with me, and I've actually been homeschooling since the 3rd grade, which is kind of wild, but I really dedicated everything to gymnastics, and so I used homeschooling, and so I still homeschool now. I took a test yesterday, fun, and I do plan on going to college in the future and furthering that education.
We got one right over
Ashley.
there, Laurie. To your right.
Hey, Laurie. I did Special Olympics for 19 years. I am a retired swimmer. How long you had did the Olympic?
To be able to swim at the Olympics?
I was 19 years for swimming. So how long you had doing that?
For gymnastics. Okay, so wow, that's amazing. Good. Can we give a round of applause really quick? That's amazing. So yeah, I had started gymnastics in 2005 and I stopped a little bit after the Olympics. I mean, I had done it for about 11 years, I think. And I'm 16, so that was a big chunk of my life.
Okay, we got a question from Julia.
How did you feel when you were on TV?
I had so many butterflies. So many butterflies. I mean, I think the best thing I did was just to ignore all the cameras, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but watching gymnastics competitions and watching the Olympics, you can see that the cameras get really close to the girls' faces. And I did notice that the people who worked for USA Gymnastics and that were with us, sometimes they would go and like sneak in front of the camera so that way we'd have our own space. And it's like very kind of them. But at the same time, you have to just do your best to ignore it. I think the scariest part was being on beam finals, the one where I had my hair in a bun. And the arena was completely silent at the Olympics, and all you could hear was camera shutters flashing by my right. And it was really scary, but I had to do my best to ignore it.
We got another one right over there.
Yeah, this is Aaron.
Do you have any pets?
My dad has fish. Does that count?
Okay, we got one more question from Elena.
When did you start gymnastics?
So I was 5 years old when I started gymnastics, and that was back in 2005 after I did ballet. I did ballet. It was very serious. So I think it was too serious for my age, and they had sugar cookies at the end of the workout, so I kind of just stayed for those.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming. Give a big round of applause for Laurie Hernandez!
Thank you, guys.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a meet and greet with Laurie. We need everybody to line up in a orderly fashion on my right-hand side, so your left. And we'll make sure that everybody gets to meet Laurie and say hello and take a picture.